So Tim, let's do a little bit of recap. So far we've gone through all the tools that are necessary to clean.
Yeah.
We've gone through the pre-inspection process and how important that is. Again, inspect to know what to expect. We're going to move into the next series of videos and talking about the synthetic materials that we deal with today. There's not a huge difference between velvet, whether it's a nylon or a microfiber. I know a lot of you run into microfiber today, and a lot of people are really afraid of it.
I get a lot of calls about microfiber. Wet cleanable, easy to take care of. And a velvet, same thing.
Yeah.
So
It's just a different style of velvet.
right.
So if we look at it, if we look at our previous videos, again, going back, we've taken care of cleaning your non-synthetic fibers, your very delicate fibers. We've talked about dry cleaning. We've talked about low moisture cleaning with our Upholstery Pro or doing a dry foam. But now we're going to move into cleaning those synthetic fibers. So this is going to be video number 4 out of 5. Kind of give you an idea of what we want to attempt when we walk in and see synthetic fiber like this.
Yeah, we can get a little bit more aggressive with this piece, but we do want to make sure that we're cleaning a synthetic fiber. So what I did, Pat, is I cut off a little piece of this material, and I just want to do a burn test. And what I'm looking for here is that piece going to melt, or is it going to burn and leave a soft ash? And then the smell also can tell you what it is we may be cleaning. So we see it has an orange flame. We got a little bit of black smoke coming up, a little bit of white smoke. And we can see that definitely melted. There is just a little bit of ash. Actually, that is totally melted, so that's 100% synthetic.
Again, I think that's the key. And what we said in one of the original videos, one of the first videos, is we need to find out, are we cleaning in the natural fibers or the synthetic fibers? So knowing that this is going to be 100% synthetic, this is the time where we can really get aggressive with our pre-spray. We can, really, again, control our moisture.
Sure.
But in speaking with the customer about this particular piece, the history on this, I think they said it was about 30 years old.
30 years, yes.
And as you can see, there's some evidence here. We talked a little bit about their dog. They actually have a corgi, and you can see that they have a lot of hair on this. And this is one thing that a lot of cleaners have a tough time with, Tim, is they leave a lot of hair on.
Right. Even after vacuuming, which we've done, hair is a problem.
It is.
And so I see you wearing a pair of latex gloves.
One of the neatest tricks out there, and there's a lot of different tools out there that you can buy to remove hair. But if you take just a couple of minutes with your glove, whether it's nitrile or latex, you can see how much hair that we actually can ball up and remove off of this. So it's really amazing how many cleaners won't take the time to do this type of work and remove that hair. But I'm going to tell you right now, if it doesn't look like you've cleaned it when you're done, if there's a lot of hair on it, then you really haven't impressed the customer much.
Exactly.
So take the time to remove the hair. And I would tell you, when we're completely done with this, right before the drying step, the final thing that I'm going to do is go back and remove more hair as much as I possibly can. All right, so Tim, now we've completed our pre-inspection on this, and we're ready to start some aggressive cleaning. What do you recommend?
Since it's 100% synthetic, we can get a little aggressive on our chemistry as well. So what I want to use is the ChemSpec Upholstery PreSpray, and this is an ammoniated pre-spray. And what I like about it is it really cuts through the grease and oil. And it's getting difficult. There were a couple of ammoniated pre-sprays on the market. They're harder to find today, but this really fits the bill that we need for this piece.
Are we concerned about an ammonia-based product on a synthetic fiber?
It doesn't. The pH is a little high to start, but it's self-neutralizing.
Okay. So we don't have any concerns when it dries?
We do not, no.
Okay. Perfect. And what would we rinse this with?
I'm looking at Liquid Pro. Again, it's a little bit, it's a little over 8 pH.
Okay.
But we can rinse this with the 8 pH, and again, not be concerned about bleeding and things like that, since it is 100% synthetic.
So at that point, though, when we were completed with this and we wanted to put a soil retardant on this, we would probably go with the water-based as opposed to a solvent-based?
Definitely a water-based. There's no use using a solvent base on a 100% synthetic piece.
Perfect. Well, I think at this point we're ready to start cleaning, so let's get into this.
So now that we have a little bit bigger piece, I'm going to use a little bit higher production sprayer than a trigger sprayer.
A little
And-
easier on the hands.
Just a little bit. And the ChemSpec Upholstery Pre-Spray is a ready-to-use product. So I'm just going to pour that right in here. And the reason I like this on synthetics and really commercial synthetics that are really dirty is it's very fast acting. So the ammoniated pre-sprays really cut through that body oil very quickly. The ProChem product, which I use often, is also very good on this, but this is just a very fast acting. And Pat, you can see, pay special attention to these heavy wear areas.
You can almost see where the soils and the oils have actually bonded the velvet material together.
Yeah, sometimes you see it depending on the color of the piece. It'll just be matted down in black. It's so soiled.
So now we get in with some agitation on our pre-spray. What I find amazing on synthetics like this is just once you start your agitation, you can actually see the change in the
Right.
soil suspension.
Well, being that it's a pile fabric, once you start lifting that soil out and bringing that pile back up, the light reflects through it and you start seeing the brilliance of the colors.
I think a lot of cleaners out there today are afraid of the velvets. They don't want to take the time to clean it. But, even in a lot of our CPA classes, I talk about synthetic velvets and your ability to go nuclear, if you will, with your cleaning solutions because they're almost bulletproof. It's really hard to hurt one of these synthetic velvets.
It really is. We always talk about cleaning as dry as possible. Even if you're overwet a piece like this, you're still in good shape.
Hard to hurt it. Some of the concerns with our natural, more delicate fibers is the cellulosic browning concerns, the water stains,
Right.
that type of thing. And we're going to talk about some of those problems a little bit later and how we solve those with some of our great chemistry that we have in our lines. All right, so
right.
now we've done our pre-spray and our agitation, and we're going to be running Liquid Pro through our extraction unit and do a complete extraction on all the soil that we've already suspended. All right, Tim, so now we've done our pre-spray and our agitation. We're actually ready to start the process. But one of the things I really wanted to reaffirm with everybody is now that we've got a lot of this moisture on this fiber, it's really amazing just with a glove. If you take a look how much hair we can actually remove from this fiber just with a glove. So it's absolutely amazing what a wet glove will do to remove the hair. So let's go ahead and start our extraction process. And again, one of the keys, we want to make sure that we're starting from the top and working all the way down to the bottom.
It's nice having that clear head, Pat. You can see all that soil coming out of that arm.
I think it's a great sales tool for your customers to actually see.
I noticed with that tool you can hold half of the vacuum closed while you extract the other part, keeping all that water coming through. That's a great technique you have there.
Well, it helps you focus your vacuum.
Right.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and clean the kick plate.
You can see all that soil coming out right there. It's amazing how dry that leaves it.
It's a fantastic tool. I think one of the great benefits of this, Tim, is you can actually see when you're not pulling any more moisture out. So I think another thing that most people miss when they're cleaning this is take the time to wipe down all the metal pieces, making sure that we're getting all that dust off of there. We want it to all look clean, not just the fabric.